Hi guys. Um, Today's video is going to be directed to my fellow Nigerians who are um, over there in Africa and wishing to travel abroad, especially for those who are there in the country and always talking about traveling to Malaysia because of some stupid people that travel abroad and go and do some fraudulent business and some stupid nonsense like that and go back home and start spending money that is not theirs. So I want to let you guys know something. Uh, if you're planning to go to another man's country, it must be for a good purpose. You must not go to another man's country to go and cause trouble in their community. Like, for instance, for us who come here to study, we have a purpose of coming here to study. It is quite understandable that Malaysia is somehow more developed than Nigeria. So that is why most of us do come here to study or to some other countries. So, and again, Malaysian visa doesn't permit us to work officially. So, if you're coming to Malaysia as a student, you have to know that you're only coming here to study, and Malaysian visa doesn't permit you to work in any way. So, when you come here, you just have to focus on your studies, and after your studies, you just have to go back to your country. Most of us come here and after they finish studying, they still remain in this country, and which is not theirs. So you gotta understand something. Living in another man's country is never an easy thing because you have to live on a visa and you have to live as a foreigner and you have to be called a foreigner. So when you're traveling abroad, when you go into any man's country, you have to go there and achieve your purpose and return back to your country. You're not going there to stay because it's never easy living as a foreigner in another man's country. I have seen a lot of Malaysians who travel abroad, who go to study in the UK, Australia, US, New Zealand, and some other countries. When they go there, when they finish their purpose there, they return back home and use the knowledge they have gained abroad to develop their own countries. So they don't tend to stay back there and continue their businesses. So this is what you have to understand. When you go to another man's country, you're going there for a purpose. And when you go there to achieve your purpose, you have to return back to your country. Don't remain there and feel comfortable because it's a little bit more developed than your own country. Of course, we can't depend on our government for everything. We have to do our best and contribute our own quota in the development of our own country. So we don't have to wait for the government to do everything. That is why or most of us, some of us who can travel, you go abroad to acquire that knowledge. And after acquiring that knowledge, you have to go back to your country and put it in practice. So stop dreaming of traveling abroad and living there forever. That is not a good idea. You are going to another man's country to do what you want to do officially and legally and return back to your own country. Then you go and do what you're supposed to do for your own country for the benefit of your own country. So I'm going to tell my brothers and sisters this, especially those of you over there in Nigeria who are always talking about Malaysia, because you see some one or two videos in the internet about some people who go to Malaysia and stay 1 or 2 years and do some business, some illegal business, and return back home and mess with money in the street as if it's their own money. So stop dreaming, stop thinking of such kind of acts that bring us evil names. because now in Malaysia, Malaysians have heard a lot of evil about Nigerians, and it's never good for us who live here in Malaysia. We do face a lot of stereotypes. We do face a lot of irregularities living here in Malaysia because of what our predecessors have done and because of what our people are doing. A lot of our people come here to do cause a lot of troubles, and that has caused a lot of stigmatization to us as the students or to some other people who are living here. So when they see us, they think that all of us are same because of what they have heard, or because of what they have seen in the internet, in the television, or because of what their friends may have experienced. So please stop going to another man's country to cause trouble for them and to yourself and to your people also. For us who are living here, we came here for study. For me, right, for example, I came here for study, and I have been here for quite a few years now. So after my studies, I am returning back to my country, and I'm going to use the knowledge I have gained in this country to contribute to the development of my own country, because the progress of my country comes first in my agenda, rather than living in another man's country and enjoying under another man's grace. So instead of you enjoying another man's grace, it's better you build your own grace and live in your own grace and your own comfortability. And by then, you will tend to live comfortably and avoid the problems of a foreigner living in another man's country. There are a lot of issues and irregularities that you would face as a foreigner living in another man's country. And some of those problems are visa problem. You tend to renew your visa every day, and when your visa runs out, that you couldn't be able to renew it again, you become an illegal occupant, and government is after you. So whenever they run into you, you have to serve in the prison, and that is one of the problems. And another problem is rental is not that easy, and you can get an easy job. It's very hard to get a job because their country is focusing on their people and trying to help their people and reduce the rate of unemployment in their country, which is very, very good. This is something that every country should do. It's acceptable, so they can improve their people and the level of growth in their country. So every country should practice that. It's acceptable. So do not expect that when you come from your own country and you come to another man's country and they take the job that they are supposed to give to their people and give to you, and their people remain jobless while you work. Their people are not going to be happy about that. And it's a kind of troubling thing also for companies to employ foreigners, because they have to cater for your work permit, and they have to help you process it, and all those recommendations and stuff like that. So it's never an easy thing. They just have to comfortably employ their people and face off from all those troubles. So if you're over there in Nigeria and you're dreaming to go abroad, especially those of you who always talk about Malaysia, Malaysia is not a miracle center. You don't pick money on the road. You don't pluck money from the tree. Money doesn't grow inside your room, and there is no easy job. Anybody you see that goes to Malaysia and comes back within few years and comes back with quantums of money, a bag of money, then that person didn't do a legitimate business. That person must have done something that is not permitted. So do something that is right, do something that is legal. Do not create bad names for yourself, your people, your country, and do not cause trouble to the community where you are. So the world will be a better place, because we have already had enough. Out of the foolishness and the foolish acts of our people, we are being stereotyped in almost all the whole countries in Asia. So not only in Malaysia, some other part of the world also, people do a lot of foolish acts that causes a lot of bad names to us, and that is what we need to stop. If you're traveling abroad, going to study, focus in your studies, finish your studies, return back to your country. If you're going to work, make your money, invest in your own country, and contribute to the development of your own country. So you can also be proud of your own country. Because sometimes they tend to boast about their country, and we may not really have much to talk about our country because of the level of development in our country. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I do hope you guys understand my perspective, and everybody should also know that not all Nigerians or not all Africans are bad people. There are just a few number of them who have chosen to be bad, who have chosen to do some stupid acts which causes evil name to us, but there are still a lot number of us who still stand for the good. And uh, thank you for watching. If you like this video, share it, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy.